Hi, I'm here today in the Pink Sofa conversation, and this time with my dear friend Rafaella Marquez, now artistically called Rafuuska Marx. How are you?
Hi, fine, and you?
Very well. Thank you so much for joining us. I met Rafa years and years ago, at least 7-8 years ago. We were both in Madrid at that time, and I joined like a performance workshop in El Centro de Arte 2 de Mayo in Móstoles, and we just literally connected immediately with her and with a different, like a bigger group of girls, and eventually, actually as an artist group, we had our collective, and we were doing some performances, some really interested work, and then life, tore us apart. Like everyone's in a different city, right, Rafaella? Where are you based now?
Now I'm living in Berlin. So that time we were living in Madrid, and I'm from Brazil. So Brazil, I moved to Madrid, and then from Madrid, I moved to Berlin. I'm here since 4 years now.
Yeah.
And yeah, we did a very nice work that time in Madrid. I remember we were doing a workshop about autobiographic.
Yeah.
Which is something that I really connected. I'm still working with autobiographic material. I think it's part of my artistical creation.
Yeah. So you are, Rafaella, a pure performer, because you are also a model, also an actress. So performance, you work with your body, you're a dancer. Tell us a little bit about all this universe that you've built up, always discussing the ideas of feminist, immigration, what it is to have your identity as a woman, as a Brazilian woman in Europe, and all the heritage that you have.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you said a lot already. Like, it's true. I'm working as a performer right now. Of course, I am a freelancer, so I'm doing different kind of projects. Here in Berlin, I work with a feminist collective. We are just women, and we just did a performance called "We Can Do It Moaning." And it's a project about, it's a very, how can I say, a very pioneer project, because what we do, we call it post-porn performance.
Okay.
Post-porn clowning performance.
Okay.
And what we do basically, it's we make we transform sounds in a dramaturgy. So we moan. So we make as a symphony of moaning.
Okay.
And it's something that it's an experience. We are 3 women on stage, 3 performers on stage, and also we interact with the technician. And well, we are doing this here in Berlin, and in Madrid I am working with another collective. The name is Colectivo Fango.
Yeah.
And there we are doing project, like, how can I say about Fango? We are constantly searching for investigating our identity as a group and as also as a person. So we work also with autobiographic material, and also we write our artistical proposals, and we are also now at this moment creating a new work that hopefully we will make it in Madrid until the end of 2020, and the name is La Espera. That means the waiting.
The waiting. So you are talking about biography, your own experiences, but also sexuality and porn, kind of. As a Brazilian woman, all these stereotypes that we as a society have around Latino, around women, some stereotype. Is this something that you work with in your piece of art when you do your performances?
Yeah, sure. I mean, in this word, post-porn it's a movement that was created, I think, in the 90s to go, like, to confront the porn industry.
Yeah.
So what was this movement? It's exactly to make, like, to stop this. I mean, to change it, to transform. Like it was something that people were like to, like, how can I say, to knock down the society, like stop.
How we consume women, how we objectify the body of the women, trying to do it differently. Is it almost like a new porn proposal,
Exactly.
where it's more accepting to be a woman or to be different or to be a little bit bigger or to be shorter and different body types?
Exactly. And also, like, how can we find our voices in this industry also, like to make, okay, until like we can't go further, like we have to stop this, and then from it make something like new, like to try to transform the porn in something else, like this post porn. As also as in our work, I mean, in Abanaya, it's the name of the collective. We also work with it, like how can we transform like this stereotypes, women stereotypes, in answering your question, like me as as an artist, as a Brazilian artist, full of stereotypes. How can I bring this material and transform it on stage? I did something like really performatic last year. Because of course in Brazil we have this situation, we have a very fascist president, which all the world knows. And what I did, I make a stamp with the word fuck Bolsonaro, which is the name of the president, and I stamp my ass. Yeah. Because the ass is like something that is like a very big stereotype of Brazilian women, and then I wanted to play with it. So I mean, what I'm interested right now, it's in my work as an immigrant woman, and also of course I cannot be like, I cannot avoid this, I cannot forget it in my work. It's how I make politics. I say it all the time, because it's the only thing I can do from here. Of course, how can I make politics from Berlin? Yeah. And with my art, with my work.
So you have a political art, but I think it's political, it's about feminism, but it is also quite funny, because I think humor is always part of you. You're always smiling, you're always laughing. And to stamp the name of your president in your ass, it requires a level of capability of laughing at yourself. And I remember that when we had our working processes, you do absorb a lot of the context that's happening, the reality of the now, you digest it and you create your own pieces. So with this almost like end of the world moment with coronavirus, how do you see the world post this crazy moment of deaths and despair and like changing the way that we interact now? Everything's virtual. What do you think is expecting or coming after?
I think it's something so something that we can't avoid. No, it's like a war. I mean, we can't, after a war, nobody, like anyone is the same. Like I can't be the same person. What we are facing now, and of course I was paying attention, like making reflections about it, how people are into their desires, because before this moment we were all like busy, and we didn't have time to like reflect, to draw, or to make a recipe, like to cook, and we were all the time busy and not, for example, I didn't have time to clean my home, I didn't have time to cook. So now I have the time, and I have to, not I have, but what I'm doing is like facing my desires, my wishes, what I wish, what I want to do at this moment. So after when all this nightmare ends, I think anything is going to be the same. Like nothing is going to be the same. We can't be the same. And also something that I want to make a connection it's how people are being solidar, like how solidarity is
helping
growing
each other. Yeah.
And of course, it's we can't, like, we are human beings, and there are people, we are so privileged, like we have a house, we have internet, we have food, and of course it's not everybody that is having this privilege. And also in the future, after it, I think also people will need to reinvent themselves, like artistical, like working, economic, like all areas, like how it's gonna be. And going back a little bit, what you said about like being funny and all the contradictions that I make in my art, in my work, I also think that we have to also to this moment to laugh about it.
Absolutely,
and I was making like a list of how many memes and funny videos and how creative people are at this moment at home, playing, singing. And this is something that I work also, like I use my voice, my body, like my what is actual, like what I investigate with the present, with my situation. And I think also that people are at home, at their homes, and they have nothing to do, so they are more creative somehow. I don't know if I explained myself
You did.
well.
So basically, we're all connecting more to our own creative language. So I think from this, people will rethink their jobs, rethink their relationships, the partner. They've been 3 months locked in the same apartment. You either love that person or you want to actually kill that person. But I also think that people are actually relying on each other in a very, very like sincere way, where people are offering you help, and it's a true statement. People really are helping you, and people, like, I have now through this crisis met all my neighbors. I didn't know them. I've been in the same building for a couple of months, but now we're all on this WhatsApp group chatting and checking that everyone's fine. So it's certainly an opportunity to revisit the things that we didn't like from society and change it.
Totally.
And art is a great way, it's a great like language, right, to embrace that in a conversation and to make those things happen. So we're quite privileged that we've been doing that for a long time.
Totally.
So Rafa, on the coming projects, as a performance artist, you have so many things on the table. Give us a glance of what's happening.
For example, I told you about La Espera, the waiting, that we are preparing, and it's amazing that we are having this moment to create it. And also the dramaturgy, we are writing like diaries, like how we are facing what we are doing this moment. But I would like also to mention a project that I have in mind, that I started to create it last year when I was in Amazon. I went with my partner and a friend, and I went to a tribe. And I decided, when I came back to Berlin, I decided also with this friend that was there to create like maybe a video installation with go again to Brazil, make a material, interview women, basically what we thought. And the project, this friend of mine, she has a project called Connection Will Save Us.
Okay.
And we want to make some interviews and make maybe a documentary and installation with these interviews and pictures. So let's see if I can go maybe until the end of 2020, make these interviews, and then maybe next year in 2021 make the installation.
That's great. We're looking forward to keep updated with all your projects. That's why we always will share your website and your Instagram so people can follow you. Rafaella, thank you so much for your time. It's great to see your take on feminism, immigration, being an exotic woman, how to handle that surrounded by Germans in Berlin, and how to put, of course, always a smile, because that's the way that we can grow as a society, when we're able to laugh and to build a community with each other. Thank you.
Totally. Thank you, dear.
Ciao.